Hi all, welcome aboard Marji Bee. It's a lovely sunny May afternoon and we are away from the weekend, our first weekend of the year. Got Eddie and Parker with me at the moment. Petra's up doing the lock, we're sat in Rushy Lock at the moment. Hey Petra. And we are making our way up to Radcot to stay there overnight. We'll be meeting up with some friends there for the evening, going to the pub for a bite to eat and maybe a drink or two, you never know. And basically having we're going to have a very relaxing afternoon up there. I think we're going to get up there, it's about 12:30 now, 1:45 now. We're going to be there probably 2 o'clock. The lock is starting to fill. And we're going to have a quiet afternoon there, sit back, relax, and then make our way up to Grafton on Sunday because we are having a memorial cruise for Brian, who I mentioned in one of our previous videos. We're taking his ashes up to Lechlade and he's going to make one last trip all the way down the Thames. So we've got a fleet together that we're going to cruise up to Lechlade all together to pay our respects. I more than likely won't film that because it's going to be a very personal event. I may take a couple of photos, but I won't be filming it. So, but I'll see if I can get some pictures of the.
And I was going to say Flotilla whilst we were underway there, but I think I had some ropes that needed tending. We made our way up to Radcot and through Radcot Lock and up onto Radcot Meadow, where we moored up and waited for our friends Peter and Annie in their Freeman 23 Dom Pedro to meet us there for the afternoon. We had a lovely afternoon relaxing on the meadow together and made our way down to the Swan for dinner and then back up to the boats to settle in for the evening and prepare for the day ahead tomorrow.
I guess we'll head the fleet up then. Oh.
It's the hand, yeah.
After a hearty breakfast and readying our vessels for the day ahead, we were met by Alan and Belinda in their Freeman 22 in Harmony, who had made their way upriver to join us that morning. And we then proceeded on to Grafton, where the fleet for Brian would assemble in earnest. And as the morning progressed, it became increasingly clear that Brian was indeed looking down on us that day, because he sorted the weather out, because anyone who knew Brian would know that in weather like this it would be speedo weather. I don't think I need to say any more.
I'll flip it to stern on this one. Go for the white one. Or you could probably do the other one. If I need this one.
And as we made our way up and through Grafton Lock, we could see that the rest of the fleet was assembling, ready for us to join them. And we had the final assembled fleet from Grafton all the way up to Lechlade, which consisted of Stravagan with Chris and Brian's family in the boat that Brian would normally be sat at the helm or crewing on. We had Gentle Drift with Ken, with guests aboard including Lee and Danny, the lockkeepers at Grafton, us in Marji Bee. We had Rob and Caroline in Let's See, a Seamaster 27, which was an honorary Freeman for the day. Alan and Belinda in Harmony. Pete and Annie in Dom Pedro, and also the wonderful Freeman 33 Sportsman Drumbeat with Mark and Sue. And as the afternoon wore on, it became increasingly obvious that the day was bringing out the very best in what boating is all about. The friendship, the support, the fun, the laughter, the camaraderie, but most importantly, the respect. And that's respect not only for the environment we were all in and enjoy so often, but also for the reason that we were all there.
Form an orderly queue for this. Oh, we have our own masseuse on board. I wouldn't say these things to guests.
Trust me to be in the bow.
Thank you very much. I think there's at least another 2 lockfalls there. There's another one joined us at the end.
Now this is Lee at the helm there, and Lee is the lockkeeper at Grafton, so he was learning boating from the other side of the fence here.
Very good, well done.
Well done, Captain.
Well done, Lee. Not as easy as it looks, is it?
Oh, okay. Well, I get the full service, thank you.
I'm still no use at it.
See, I took you down when it came to lock and went, Ken!
Do you want to do it, Daddy? No, all right.
What he actually said was, lock's all right, it's lockkeepers.
And once up through St John's Lock, which is the last lock before we got to Lechlade, we waited on the lock landing for the rest of the fleet to join us, so we could all make our way on the final stretch up to the new inn at Lechlade, where we all rafted up to pay our respects to Brian and send him off on his last journey down the Thames. Some of the fleet had headed off the previous evening. The remainder of us stayed and had a lovely dinner at the new inn together before staying overnight on the moorings at the bottom of the pub garden. We all had a big breakfast the following morning and then made our way back down river again. In a little mini flotilla, we had ourselves in Marji Bee, we had Alan and Belinda in Harmony, and Peter and Annie in Don Pedro made our way downriver. We said our goodbyes to Mark and Sue in Drumbeat, but we'll be seeing them again soon, very soon, I'm sure.
This bollard here then. Yeah, I know don't worry.
In a moment of reflection, when I look back at when Petra and I bought Marji Bee at the back end of the 2022 season as our first ever boat, after having a few holidays afloat and loving it, so we thought, you know what, we're gonna buy a boat and enjoy all of those moments on our own boat. We never could have imagined the door that we were opening to the community that we're now a part of, the friends that we've made, and that is already such a huge part of our lives, and we relish every moment we're out afloat, and we relish every moment like this. And we just sincerely hope that there are so many more moments and days like this ahead of us.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
And we had to stop off very quickly to drop a glass off on Gentle Drift because we found that it had been left behind. Ken was missing it. So we'd found it and dropped it back inside Gentle Drift on our way back. I had to include this little clip just to show Ken how very gently we came alongside and how very gently we left again.
Scudding your leg. I think he's willying your leg there.
And it was back to business as usual on the Monday as Lee was back on duty at Grafton Lock.
Thanks, Lee. We'll see you soon. Lovely to spend some time with you and Danny yesterday as well.
Yeah,
See you soon.
Maybe.
I think the Thames could do with plenty more lock keepers like Lee and Danny. They are an absolute delight.
Is there a bollard in front of that? In front of the last post? Okay.
And before we knew it, we were back down to our home mooring and making that familiar swing across the river back to our dock. It had been a very somber weekend overall and reflectful, but also one that, as I've already mentioned, has really shown the best of what boating on the Upper Thames is about, with the friendship and the camaraderie. So I hope you've enjoyed joining us again. I'm hoping that future videos will have a slightly lighter theme to them, and you'll enjoy joining us again on our adventures. We'll see you very soon.